Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday. That's right, coming at you on another Tuesday to talk some shit. And of course, there's always something that pops up between Peasant Chat and Talking Shit Tuesday that allows me to kind of digest what's happening and give you guys kind of a rundown of certain interesting things that happen in the industry. Today, we're going to talk about people that go on podcasts and probably don't understand that when you go on those podcasts, what it does, it highlights, multiplies, puts a magnifying glass on who you are. When you go on a podcast, and this is a warning to everybody, you have to go with an agenda. What you are going to talk about, what you're not going to talk about. You have to go in there with a clear-cut agenda. Because if you go in there and act like yourself, and you start answering every question the host throws at you, and then the truth comes out, don't be surprised if motherfuckers like me check you on it. Because one thing I have found to be true all the time is people want fame or notoriety. So they go on these podcasts that are held by people that barely know English. Like the Go Soft podcast is probably the worst one I have ever seen because the host doesn't know English. He barely has a command of the English language. So what he does is he asks baiting questions. And the guests just go ahead and take the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and run with it. And now they have clips and they can go out there and basically promote that based on the clips. So we're going to dissect a little bit. Not going to show clips because I don't want to give that show some shine. But Brett LaSala went on the Go Soft podcast, which is nice because now I know who not to deal with. I don't talk to him much anyway. He went on a podcast that went talking shit on me 2 times. So it's really easy to go, see you later. I don't need a Rife sensor ever in my fucking life. So we'll talk about what he said and what it entails to the normies. You guys are the initiated. You know exactly what's going on out there if you listen to the show. But the normies literally think that this guy runs a stock Predator motor and it runs 620s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about something he mentioned that made us go, interesting. That's what you think? And I think that's what the community thinks. See, I think he inadvertently let out what the community thinks. Because I don't think anybody in the racing community truly respects Lund racing. I think what they do is they tolerate Lund racing. Because for many years, Lund racing doesn't race. Lund racing sucks. They don't tune the real fast shit. Oh, and then in the last 2 years, really big strides have been made. The program got serious. The 6R80 parts started to come around. The tuning got better. And all of a sudden, we were not only competitive, we were at the top. And now people have to go, fuck. Now we got to deal with these assholes. But what they do is they tolerate Lund racing. I don't think anyone in the racing industry truly respects or gives the respect that is due to Lund racing. They bite their lip and they go, fuck, I guess we got to deal with these pieces of shit now. So we'll talk about that. And we'll also talk about, apparently, the Peasant Chat caused a stir with the Whipple community. Apparently, for some reason, one independent dyno, who, by the way, they're cloud chasers. They put up clips and shit. They were cloud chasing like a motherfucker. So I'm good on them. Murphy's Law, they can go. But they have the only dyno that tested lower than any other dyno. And then people started texting me, oh my God, no damage control when it's tested properly. Oh. We'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people out there.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
It always sucks. PMAS, Nick James. PMAS. He said something today that I'm going to mention to you guys that you will absolutely laugh about. We'll talk about the cold air test that P51 put up against theirs. And he said something to me on the phone that was pretty hilarious. PMAS! DNHperformance.com, DNH Performance, the best online parts house, period. Get your cups, complain about the shipping, get a refund. Fuck you. DNH Performance, partsfarm.com. He's away for a week doing some racing. So if you have any issues with parts that came in jacked up, wait, he'll be back. He'll address it. He's not selling you junk. He's not out there to fuck people over. He's honorable. Relax, people. ThePartsFarm.com. Caliber Transmission, CaliberTransmission.com called me and said, bro, your Corvette has an oil leak. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Let's just sell it and get a Viper Caliber Transmission. Relax. I'm selling mine. They rub on the Fairmont. Sad to see, but I'll still rep Fairmont because it's Caleb backwards. MFP of Australia, MFP.com, mainforceperformance.com. I don't know their website, but it's Mainforce Performance, MFP, Australia. Look them up. They're ready to go. Clean 93 GT, B. Levesh, Joe Swish, Travis, Leon Phelps, 2000 MCR, B. Levesh, Ray Ray, Juice Diddy, Courage, Bill Coyote, Monty 540, John Jones, Anthony, Among Solo, Motherfucker, John Jones, Abel, B. Levesh, Leadfoot, 101 RTR, K2AZ, Ken Phillips a couple of times. The Fish, Amil Tori Alba. Ken Phillips, here to find out. Garage Book Coyote, Victor Sardone, Clint Stroke, Dixon 225, 101 RTR, Matt 20 MGT, 2J's and 50 says, what's up, Amory? JD Swag, the other mod, Rudy Bacala, Matt Oliver, Emil again, D-Rock Fox, Ants, Big Jake, Kickflip Jimbo, TJ Sikorsky, Reflect, Kickflip, Valley 10 Speed says, good morning, EPA, what's up, EPA? Phil Fez, Kickflip, Flying Brian, Coyote, Triller, GTO, Triller GTO, Gregory Ovich, Coyote again, Gaio Bravo, Ken Phillips 1,000 times. Let's get to the bottom. Bottom. Here we go. Art Barr, Diego, Juan Salinas, D-Rock Fox, Dr. YouTube says, put in that work, Daddy, Garrett, Keith Bush, EPA, oh, Coyote, Cameron, Rich, Sticks, Sopla, Sopla Pote, Jonathan, Mark, Louis Lou, Justin Michael, Sam 50 Maniac, Brett Berg. What's up, guys? So, let's talk about the podcast. So he went on there. I guess the guy came down to Florida. They had a conversation. And, from what I could tell, I watched clips, but I didn't just watch the clips. I watched it in context. I watched the clip. Then I saw 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. Okay. So no clips that I saw were taken out of context. They were sent to me. I didn't want to watch the whole thing because I don't want to give any sucker any fucking shine. So I'm not a fan of that podcast. And again, it probably doesn't matter, right? Because fuck me, right? Anyone that goes on the podcast could suck the fattest, veiniest dick, and it is fat and veiny. If you go on that podcast that literally went out of their way to fuck with me, no problem. You have made your connections. You have made your choices. It's all good. Do not hit me up asking for a goddamn thing. So he goes out there, and the guest starts saying, Orale, Hove, what do you think about Lund Racing? And he's like, oh, yeah, they got a fast car. It's kind of a similar build. Just because it's an S197 doesn't mean it's a similar build. Well, it's a similar motor, this and that. And he goes, why do you think that they stick with the 6R80 and the stock computer? And he said something that kind of made me chuckle. He did say something. He said, well, that's their business. And they're running a 6R80. And, why do they run the 6R80? The guest asked, or the host asked. He goes, I don't know, maybe like a crutch. Interesting. Imagine that a guy on crutches wins a race. Could you imagine if a guy on crutches wins a 100-meter dash? And you go, what the hell of a fucking crutch, isn't it? So when I read into that, you got to understand, maybe he was in the moment. Maybe he didn't realize what he was saying. But when I hear that, I go, there it is. The truth. See, one good thing about studying humans is they tend to talk if you let them talk. And then the truth comes out. And I honestly think that when the truth comes out, I think there's like buyer's remorse after the fact. Oh, fuck, why did I say that? I was in the moment. The lights were in my face. Oh, my God, why did I say that? So the podcast guy said, oh, what do you mean? Do you mean like they're using the 6R80 to say like when they lose, well, it's a 6R80? No. Lund Racing's bread and butter is stock computer tuning. What do we sell? Stock computer tuning. What's our business? Stock computer tuning. What's the thing we're best at? Stock computer tuning. And the transmission that is the quickest and fastest overdrive transmission on the planet is the 6R80, built by Power by the Hour and Lund Racing. Power by the Hour. Lund Racing can rebuild it. Let's just say that. So in that conversation, he just kept throwing little jabs. Maybe he didn't think they were jabs, but I'm going, whoa. He goes, so it's a 6R80, right? And he goes, well, 6R80 case. And I thought, I'm sorry. It has 6R80 drums, 6R80 shafts, 6R80 everything. Like, nobody has ever said a T56 that is, worked up with 5th and 6th removed is a T56 case. Everybody says T56, 4-speed T56. So this is a 2-speed 6R80. But when the word case gets thrown in there, that's when you really start to decompile the English language. And you go, what was the intent of saying case? So, okay, boop, another notch. I went, okay, cool. And then he's like, well, what do you think they can do to go faster? And he said, well, they have a bunch of boxes and modules. So I guess they got to add more boxes and modules. Okay, let's get something clear. And this is not for you guys. You guys are the initiated. You guys get it. You guys understand the show. You guys understand the nomenclature. You understand what I'm trying to say. But the dum-dums are out there thinking, oh, shit, I'd rather go Motec because it's only one thing. But a stock computer, you need a bunch of boxes and bullshit to make it go. Boost control, 2-step. Boost control, 2-step. Right? The bump is in the 2-step, trans brake. Okay, trans brake, because it's all in the 6R stager. So, boost control, 6R stager, which has a 2-step feature, and I believe a bump. That is one box. The 2-step, one box, the boost controller over here, chilling. That's it. The rest is logging. The rest is the Davis spot is logging, just to look at data, EGT data, this and this and that. So we're not gonna go faster if we add more boxes. So when I saw that, I said, that's a dig. That's a dig. I guess put more boxes. Oh, okay. So interesting. I'm sure there'll be recanting of those words because I didn't mean that, but you don't understand. It's been said. So the normies are going to go back and not see this podcast or this show. They're not going to see anything. And they're going to say, oh my God, Lund Racing needs to put more boxes in their shit. And you know what I love about John Lund Jr.? He's a bit of a thug. So he goes and posts on Facebook. And good for him. I love that he did this. Crap, guys. Pulled the dash out to check on something and about 300 pounds of boxes came out. Just the case. Boxes. Spark and fuel. Remember that, guys? Remember when someone said, because this isn't the first time slight digs have been thrown at Lund Racing, whether it's malintended or not. I hear them, I put them in the fucking bank, and they accrue interest. And then the latest one is more boxes. And oh, by the way, there's a 6R80 case just sitting there. I didn't know we had all those boxes behind the dash, Junior. And people chimed in and thought it was funny. But it is a basically shot across the bow to say, we hear it. We hear it. And we know the intent behind it. Don't think that we don't hear stuff. So what does that do to someone like us who literally are not respected? People look at us as a necessary evil. We already walk around with a chip on our shoulder. How the fuck do you think this is going to make us feel? Well, that chip is going to become a 6x6. That chip is going to become a fucking framed house on our shoulder. So we don't get mad when people talk shit. And I guess I would put that in the talking shit category. Because why say anything? Imagine someone asked me something about my rival. Hey, what do you think about Beefcake? Like, nothing needs to be said. If it's on a podcast and I don't want to add gasoline to the fire, go, we don't get along, but it's all good. Move on. Next question. But when you start kind of throwing little to you might be, I didn't intend it to be disrespectful. You got to understand how the people see it. You got to understand how the normies see it. The people that are not in the know. It's not my fault how they interpret it. Then why say anything at all? See, Alejandro Flores, if you have seen me at the track, okay, we're going to talk about loyalty here. Let me get this paid question out of the way. What's up, Alex? You're right again. 21, 23, or 50 year reverting back to stock programming after over-the-air PCM updates. At least 10 guys on the forums have had it happen. Thank you. Nostradamus strikes fucking again. Jake from Power by the Hour was in direct competition with other people that were fucking with the 6R80 game in about 15, 16, 17. And a little tiny thing happened at Modnats, where Jake was there, where a camp of guys started chirping. I didn't know the story. I just know that Jake's my friend. So I'm like, you know, my feathers get up. I'm like, what's going on? Jake, what's up with that? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. They just talk a lot of shit. And I'm like, interesting. Now, what did I do? Did I sit there and go, let's get after it? No, I put that shit in the bank and let it accrue interest. And now, when a similar guy from that camp starts talking against Lund, I go, so why don't I fuck with a lot of people in the industry? Why doesn't Alex collaborate with these people? Hey, these guys are fast. Why don't you fuck with them? Because I have a memory like an elephant, dude. And I'm loyal to a fucking fault. Even if it's to my detriment, I am loyal. Anyone talk shit on people I fucks with, whether it's meant to be bad or not, I won't fuck with them. I won't do a goddamn, I'm not going to go out of my way to talk shit on them, but I will not represent them. I will not do this and this and that. Sometimes I mention it because it has to be mentioned when they do something positive. I go, okay, cool. But you don't see me gloat and fucking literally ride nuts until my fucking ass cheek is chafed. That's not what I do. But one thing I do is defend people that I fucks with. So when he goes out there and starts saying 6R case, needs more boxes, similar layout, the normies think, oh, they just need to add more boxes because the cars sit the same. So let's just dispel that myth. He has bigger turbos. He's lighter. He has a turbo 400 with a lockup converter. They do not sit the same. Bigger turbos, lighter car, turbo 400 with a lockup converter versus a 3,300 pound car with a 6R80, a single piece converter, and smaller turbos. I don't know if the normies even understand that. So again, he's not saying anything about that particular thing, but the normies don't know. So when you start talking slightly negative, because it's not positive to say more boxes, I go, oh, why didn't you just say nothing? Interesting. I hope you guys understand why I don't fuck with anybody in this industry. You understand? I don't fuck with anybody in this industry. You won't see me fucking with Cleet. You won't see me fucking with Homeboy. You won't see me fucking with anybody. Because I have a very good fucking memory of how people move. So, I thought that should be brought to your attention. Now, the Whipple camp is up in arms because I mentioned that a third party only made 650 rear wheel horsepower with their stage 1 kit. Wouldn't you know it? Another car made 700 on a similar dyno, meaning two people that have claimed big numbers have been directly tied to Whipple being Whipple dealers. And then one on the side that is a dealer maybe, but maybe not as, touted, didn't see the results. And they're like, where'd the A10 go? And when I highlighted them, my phone was blowing up with people saying, but. So, yes, EPA, I am aware. EPA, everyone can move whichever way they want. I am not preventing anybody from fucking with anybody. I'm just going to tell you what I, and this channel and the Amory is going to do. We ride dolo. We don't fucks with any of those people. And maybe you don't care because this channel is not that influential. That's all good. But fuck with people I am loyal with to your detriment, because it's better to have me on your side than to not have me at all. I'm a necessary evil. You understand? And I know I'm a necessary evil in this industry. I am the regulator. I am the guy that corrects the bullshit that happens out there. So when someone goes out there and pops off, I go, nope, not gonna happen. because I have nothing to lose. If anything, I have everything to gain by correcting some of the stuff that goes out there. And I do this because the normies are just going to be out of their fucking mind, talking that shit on Instagram, in the comment section, on YouTube. And then what happens? We get something in the ticket system that some guy wants to get after it, misquotes everything that has ever been said, uses certain podcasters that barely know English to oh, I heard on this podcast. Okay, you also heard on that podcast that somebody was capable. And I thought that was amazing. So I went, okay, I'm here to check that. And again, that doesn't mean I'm going to do anything. If anything, it means I'm not going to do certain things. And you're not going to see the results, because it's better to have me on your camp than against you. So understand why I don't fuck with certain people, certain camps that you guys be like, hey, these guys are popping in the Mustang community. How come you don't fuck with them? Because I remember everything they have done at one point or another, and I decide, nah, I'm good. You see me at the track. You see me. I'm outside. I'm there. When I'm at the track supporting Lund, right? I don't be shaking hands of motherfuckers I dislike. I don't be going to the camp. I don't be having dinners with motherfuckers I don't like. That's not how I roll. I'm probably one of the few motherfuckers that is willing to lose money, business, and everything just so I can go to sleep at night and know that I'm not sucking people's dicks to get free parts. Fuck all that. Okay, so there you go. Whipple's up in arms saying, well, no, the dyno numbers are legit. 750 horsepower on pump gas through catalytic converters on the stage 2 kit is normal. Woo! And then we got people saying we need more boxes. The 6R80 that we have, it only is the case. Everything else is apparently custom. Apparently, we somehow put element 115 in the case. Somehow made it bend space-time through the 252 converter. That so FFRE motor, 252 Circle D, element 115 in a 6R80 case. That's the secret. I'm mind blown, because this industry, unfortunately, is full of people that don't really. Y'all need media training. Take a media training class. If you're gonna go out there and go popping off, let me ask you guys. And this is a little serving. When you guys saw me on the Street Alpha podcast, weren't you motherfuckers proud of me? Didn't you go, that's how people should be talking in this industry? We need a Dodge guy like that. We need a BMW guy like that. We need a Honda Civic guy like that. But then somebody goes out there and goes, man, I need my pasta right now because I don't got to wait. Everything at the cost. And I'm like, that's the guy? You know? So you must have been like, thank God this guy's, Alex goes out there, represents for 3 hours, talks highly of everyone, does not go out of his way to talk shit on anyone, represents himself, the company, and the platform very well. And if you look at that comment section, everyone goes, God damn it, I got to get me a Gen 2 Mustang. Not, oh, does he crash into crowds? No, I went out there and represented the platform, the community in a positive way. Never did I speak negatively on something. I shouted out LS guys, I shouted out Honda guys, I shouted out DSM guys. Maybe I'm an anomaly. Who the fuck knows? Someone is ghost watching hard, says Boxy Luxury. Alex's current attitude is, oh, I fucked with this channel. He keeps it 100 and doesn't sugarcoat nothing. It's the multi-tune, bro. The 6R80 turns into a power glide with cruise control buttons. Does anyone think using a boost control is limited to stock ECU cars? He needs to see more race cars. Many aftermarket ECU cars aren't integrated. Correct. Even some Holly cars have AMS. Even some, look, if you have a software that has everything integrated, good for you. But sometimes there's something that you want to add extra. Whether it's wheelie control, an auxiliary device, some different kind of logging, some EGT logging, something different. So you add modules. That's all we did. We could literally get away with logging most of the stuff on the N-Gage, which is one round thing, trans brake, boost controller, two-step, which is very normal for OEM stuff. The other stuff is just extra because the Lunds love data. They love wiring shit. They love knowing the back pressure. They love knowing the pan vac. They love knowing all that stuff. But do you need it to go faster? No, it's a data gathering data gathering. It's not making the car faster. Whatever. And I'm sure he's going, oh, I didn't mean it that way. Said what you said. Some of y'all need media training. Some of y'all need to sit down and go, what am I going to say today? What is the agenda? What subject matters do I want to avoid? Did you hear when on Street Alpha, someone asked, what happened between you and Ken from Palm Beach Dyno? I said, we don't got to talk about that. I could have gone in. I could have gone in for another 3 hours. But what the fuck is that going to do but make me look like a guy that's starting beef for those normies that don't know? I avoided the subject, and he must have been like, shoo, thank God Alex is an honorable gentleman. Oof. Unbelievable. David Crockleton says 100% the performance industry should be embarrassed that Go Hard is gaining attention of enthusiasts, giving shine to fake drama and cloud chasing, zero value provided for the community. If you go on the Go Hard, Stay Hard, Get Soft podcast, you want fame out of a channel that looks for drama. Literally looks for drama. When I went to Street Alpha, I'm like, okay, a lot of these guys, they're talking drama, but he's looking for information. He's generally going, tell me about the GTR. He was trying to bring people information. And I'm like, I'm gonna do the best I can to bring people into the light. Imagine he had a couple of Coyote guys on there. Guy Joe from Coyote House. And I think somebody else, maybe the guys from Workhorse Performance, they talked a little bit about it. But you can label me a quote-unquote expert in that capacity. And I hope that I gave the Coyote platform a great representation of what it's capable of. I could have gone out of the way and talked mad shit, but what the fuck was that going to do? My boxes touch the wall. Go Soft podcast sounds like stop. See, I even stopped saying it there on my shit because I don't need it. Funny how Coyote is 2K Series Motors heard the first go around of the podcast like crazy. What the fuck is up with that? Look, ever since the Street Alpha podcast, everyone regurgitates what I say. If you've heard this show for 5 years, nobody is telling you something that I haven't already told you. Nobody. They just regurgitate it. Okay, everyone literally regurgitates what I say. And that's okay. Flattery is the best form of, what is it? Copying is the best form, flattery, whatever. You can't fool me again. Street Alpha's adult, stay soft, is high drama gossip. Do you ask Homeboy that on Sunday and he lied to the Amri? What are you talking about? So Martin says, channels like that are for trolls and drama queens. And the comment sections are even worse. These dudes seriously need to just stay home and watch the Days of Our Lives. A bunch of chatty Cathys. You should tell him box Alex. What are you talking about? I'm not looking to box anybody. Because all that's going to do, imagine that. It gets down to that. It's just so stupid. So stupid what's going on out there. And if you go, yeah, I want to get on that podcast. Really? You want to get on that podcast? The guy that barely knows English? That's the host. You think the host should know? The host should have an insane command of the English language. Like an insane command. And I'm like, oh my God, I was cringing at watching some of the questions. Someone literally had your mannerisms calling everything King Daddy. The podcast is horrible. Listen, can't structure a proper question for shit. So let me ask you a question. So like Coyote is good, right? Yeah, it's really good. So like, why you think the Coyote's so good? It's a really efficient air pump. Oh, so like, tell me about Lund Racing. A what? Lund. Tell me about them. Yeah, they got a identical car to mine. Fuck me, you know? And he's like, oh, really? So didn't he fly helicopters or something? Oh shit, I'm an airplane mechanic. I see my pen. It's not called boxing, it's squabbling. Don't box, man. You just fix that grill, bro. I regurgitate this, I regurgitate that. I'm an expert. Single greatest joke ever. Alex throwing hands without cloud chasing motherfuckers. Sorry, I'm late. We can start over. The host don't even have control structure of his own show, let alone English. People regurgitate your information because you've tuned probably hundreds, if not into thousands of coyotes. I consider you a subject matter expert. I'd like to think so, but at the end of the day, I don't try to come across as any better than anyone else. I just disseminate the information better, and I explain it to the normies in a way that everyone can understand. Everyone can understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I try to give you guys examples, and I try to give you metaphors of how everything works. But that in itself is difficult, right? Like, if you understand a subject matter intimately, you can explain it simply. If you do not know how to explain it simply, you don't understand it intimately. Degenerate. Oh, thank you very much, EXO. I got you. We'll work on your situation pretty soon. Don't worry about it, Mr. Patreon stuff. So let me ask you a question. You think Diddy fucked me? Of course. Of course. Ghostwatcher's going to clip this. Identical car to mine, crutches and boxes. You can tell the Go Hard dude wants the Lunds on his podcast so bad. And his guests have brought up the Lunds. I am not telling the Lunds what to do and what not to do. If the Lunds want to go on the Go Hard podcast, they can do whatever they want. I just know what I'm going to do. They can do whatever they want. Free country. Orderly Holmes, it's really good air pump. Exactly. Alex, what's your PayPal? Nope, not happening. If you want to talk to me, you go Patreon, sign up for $15 a month. If you want to just do it for 1 month, it costs you $15. Get your questions answered and then cancel, and then it only costs you $15. Bro, y'all got to be the biggest drama queens. Take the podcast for what it is. It's not entertaining. It's whack. How the fuck is it entertaining? Scenist 1986. How is it entertaining when a guy that barely has command of the English language and then someone goes out of their way to slightly dig at the product that we fucks with? Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with that. And I'm going to defend everyone I fucks with to the death. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. I literally regurgitate what Alex says because it's just truth. No reason to reinvent the wheel. 337 speed. And the way he does it in video format, visual stuff, it's excellent. He actually shows you some, and that's difficult to find the clips, to edit it in context, and to caption it. That is not easy to do all that in an entertaining way. I hope you make a little bit of coin on YouTube because the effort alone in the editing, the captioning, the voiceover stuff, I think is great. Alex, you're a great teacher on the subject matter and many others. You break it down easy to digest and understand. I've learned a lot since I've been tuning in. Thank you. You're welcome, brother. No, we're not going to kick him out. He's good so far. He hasn't said anything super stupid. Not yet, anyway. Brett Burke says, some boo Ernest. Dude, you're pretty much the Coyote Whisperer. Thank you. I love you, Diego. I don't want to read it because then it sounds like I'm I am. Okay. In comparison to everyone else in the industry, I'm not saying I'm the best, period. I'm saying in comparison to my competition, barely knows how to structure a sentence. And that's what gives me a leg up. The way I speak. That's it. That's it. I'm not smarter than anyone else. I'm highly experienced and I have a lot of chops, but the way I speak is what sets me apart from everyone else. Because everyone else talks like a fucking goon. And I'm like, this is easy. Look, I knew I was a little different in grade school. When you're reading in class and the teacher goes, okay, we're going to take from the right side of the room, you read the first paragraph, then behind you read all of you go like that until we're done with the chapter. Okay, so the kid in front of me was like, the boy sat down to the gym and then started to play with the basketball. And the teacher's like, holy shit. And then when it came over to me, I go, and then he wondered if he could dribble any better between his legs. So he started doing any crossovers. And the teacher was like, read another paragraph. Read another paragraph. Read another paragraph. Okay, we're done. And the students would look at me and go, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, reading. I'm sorry. I know how to read. You're stupid. This industry is full of stupids. That's it. This industry is full of stupids. I'm sorry, and I'm not smart. I'm just not stupid. That's it. That's the magic. It's because now people are sensitive, says Warhorse Racing. They hear H-E-R-E. They hear H-E-R-E something they don't like, and they shut you out. You want to hear what you want, even if it's a lie. You want to hear the truth about the question product. Yes. And the problem with Google, if you Google something long enough, you can find an angle that makes you right, even though 10,000 other web pages tell you you're wrong. You can find that one web page and go, see right there, they agree with me, so I'm right because it's on the internet. I just regurgitated Alex's knowledge yesterday, specifically how 10R doesn't have the strength that 6R has. People are finding that helpful. One more feather on Alex's cap. Detroit Reaction says, Lethal's fake 9 don't matter unless you're 93. Get your best 93, run that tweak for boosting or E30 or whatever. See, this is something that I am very happy about. I have set up my YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram algorithm to literally never see shit like that again. Not that I block them. The algorithm works off of what you like and dislike. So when someone says, okay, blah, 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 lethal, do not recommend this channel. Poop, don't recommend this channel. Not block it, just don't recommend it. Thank you. So when someone says, did you see what Lethal did? No. Did you see what Beefcake did? No. And this is the test I'm doing. If I don't shout it out, how much traction does it get? If a show that's on for 3 times a week, for an hour and a half each, that's 4.5 hours of coverage a week, talking about something that a shop did or someone did, does it actually get traction? If it does, then I might be a little more important than I thought I was. But if you're out there as a shop that used to fucks with me, then you snitched, and then all of a sudden, no one's really watching your stuff. Your YouTube's not popping. Your social media's not popping. You're dressing up like all types of chicks to get attention, and you're still not getting any attention. Was it Alex putting a light on your product that made everything pop? Hell, how many of y'all think that DNA High Performance's sales went from this to a fucking spike just because we mentioned them on the sponsorship? How many of you even thought Parts Farm was a thing and that you can get wheels, tires, and this and this and that? Okay, 2 Auto Solutions. Now you know that name. You see me wear the shirt. Bellax did its own thing. So you know that sometimes this show does shine a light on people. So algorithmically, I took that all the way. I took it all the way. Lund should go on the Street Alpha podcast. I don't think they will. They're not podcast people. The Lunds are private. They just want to, put out the best calibrations out there and be left alone. I think he went on the Cooper Baggedy podcast because he promised him he would, because Cooper asked him in person, and he says, once we run that 6, I'll go. And he did. He was a man of his word. But I don't think he's looking for notoriety or anything like that. So if Junior wants to get anything out there, he has got this forum ready and waiting whenever the fuck he wants. If he wants to hop on right now, I'll make it happen. You understand? So imagine you saying, what am I going to get by going on a podcast when I literally have Alex's show whenever the fuck I want, and I could be on anytime I want for as long as I want. And every time he's on, the industry shakes a little bit. People go, whoa, he said this. And we get private messages like, hey, Alex, why'd you say that? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And I'm like, I just simply had him on my shit. And then, when he says something about, like, for example, we are in 2024. HP tuners, you still cannot do a crank relearn on HP tuners. Why? Why? The customer is suffering. The customer is suffering. The customer buys an RTD. The customer downloads a TDN network. The customer buys a laptop and downloads scanner. Gets a Lund tune. Every time a Lund tune changes strategy or something, it requires a crank relearn. Why isn't that fixed? This one blows my mind. Because, they talk about Global B, they talk about Skidoos, they talk about side-by-sides, they talk about the Bronco, they talk about the Maverick, but they can't get a crank relearn. to work on their stuff. If you fix that, HP tuners, it would blow. I am literally product support for TDN. You understand? If I get 80 emails a day, 30 are, I got a PO315. My data log doesn't work. Let's restart the app. I shouldn't be doing that. I literally should go, all I did was send a tune to their network, hit them up in their ticket. But I'm not going to do that because now it is my customer that's using your product, and I am doing product support for TDN and HP tuners, not for Lund Racing Tuning. We have become HP tuners product support. So I ask one simple thing. Fix it. Fix everything. TDN is the worst rated app I've ever seen. It's like -1. If you go to the Apple Store right now, go ahead, do a little hit TDN network from Tune Delivery Network from HP Tuners. Right there, it'll say it's rated low. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying the customers are saying it's bad. So I just upload a tune to the network and let it do what it does. And then when it actually flashes and logs, they're like, I still got a PO315. I'm like, hit up HP Tuners. HP Tuners told me I got to take it to Ford to have a Ford IDS tool. I'm like, oh my, no. When the N-Gauge, the SET, LRX, all that stuff does a crank relearn. Come on, do better. Wait, I see a crank relearn with my HP Tuners and MPVI3. Try it, Detroit Reactions. The Lunds don't strike me as the social media influencers with their actions. I enjoy the interactions with the Lunds on your lives. Alex, they're great. They're great people. They're just more private. I like picking the kid who couldn't read because I'm a little bit of a whole asshole at heart. Okay. I spent $2,200 at the parts farm this month. Way better than trying to haggle a brick wall through a Facebook marketplace. Great, get a deal done. Savar Martin says, the Maverick, man. Yes, I have the RXT and the Barton. Okay, what's happening? YDBT is a Coyote Data King. Whatever. Slow 99 says, at this point, I don't think it's a won't implement crank relearn. I'm starting to think is they don't know how to add it. They know how to add it. They're talented over there, bro. Just stop tuning a side-by-side one day. Take all of your programmers one day and fix the crank relearn on TDN network or your scanner app. One day. It would fix so many issues. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, we're good. The crank relearn is why I'm buying the LRX when I replace my clutch soon. See what I mean? Oof. Being an intermediary for product support sucks. Exactly. EPA says, can 100% confirm. This community makes a difference. Send MP Tuner some of those boxes. The LRX is easy to use. I never had an N-Gauge, so I can't speak on it. But man, the LRX is for dummies. I like it. And Coyote, they still fuck up. And what do? Become product support for that. So imagine I send out 10 tunes the day before. Let's just add a low number, 10 tunes. 3 emails are, I don't know how to send a data log. I don't know how to connect. I don't know, blah, blah, something with the LRX software, not the tune. The other 3 emails are, I got a PO315. I can't clear it, or the data logging is not working. I had to uninstall the TDN app and reinstall it. I go, hit up HP Tuners. And then the other 3 are like, log attached, running great. Let me know what's next. So, yeah, do you get frustrated after a little while? Absolutely. You wouldn't be human if you weren't upset by having to do product support for somebody else's product. The LRX is a Lund Racing private label deal, so I am happy to support that. But anything else? Nah, you got to hit up the manufacturer. I thought back in 1718, Lund had a guy at HP Tuners not get along, and Junior said, dude, you couldn't tune a box. I think the comment was couldn't tune his way out of a wet paper bag or something like that. It was actually a pretty funny comment. Termin Hater says, I'm doing a Gen 2 Roush New Edge swap, and Christian at PBH has been great to work with. He deserves a shout out. There you go. And I don't get along with homie. Right? That's straight talk. But I don't dislike him. I just don't get along with him. But here I am shouting him out. And when people say, hey, Alex, who should I talk to at Power by the Hour? Hit up Christian. Hit up Travis. Hit up Pezzo. I get along with Travis. So, I'm not stupid and get emotions get in the way of business. I'm not stupid. Most of the time what I do is I just don't shake your hand. I don't go over to your camp. I don't shout you out on my show. Things that I can control. How many people need to crank Relearn per day in the ticket system? 20, 30 per day. P160A, how we get it done. I wonder how often Lund Racing gets people asking for what oil to run. Not often. They've actually been pretty good. And I think it's at the point where people will get... Like the most common question we get at Lund Racing is, I installed new exhaust. Do I need a new tune? And then I have to do this very long explanation. I go, okay, let's have a conversation. Are you planning to install headers on the car? Yes. Do you live in an emissions state? Yes. Are you going to install high flow cats? Yes. The car might still throw P0420, P0430 codes. Why? They're high flow cats. They flow so much more than the stock cats that the computer thinks that the cat's missing. So the 420, 430 codes are catalytic inefficiency codes. It thinks there's something wrong. The front sensor goes, the rear sensor goes, something's wrong. It's flowing too much air. Or the differential in the exhaust gases, pre and post cat, are too similar. So we're going to throw inefficiency codes. Well, Alex, what can you do about that? Not one motherfucker.
Not one motherfucker.
That's what I can do. I can tell you, if you're living in an emission state, you might as well leave your shit stock. Because the tuner cannot delete evap codes, turn off cat codes, turn off rear O2s legally. It is against EPA guidelines, right, EPA? So what can I do when you install headers, exhaust, and you ask, hey, am I going to get some codes?
Not one motherfucker.
Not a goddamn thing. If you live in an emission state, Massachusetts, New York, Rhode Island, California, and it's time to re-up and do your fucking inspection, put the stock cap back in there. Plain and simple. Badger says, I just did GT500s on my 22 GT500. I want to install my injectors, but waiting on the LRX to release for these cars. Not a fan of the RTD. Any idea when the LRX will release for the S550? Honestly, Badger, it's not even a priority. No offense. The GT500 market is not a big deal. It's just not. The people that were going to buy GT500 bought it early on, and once they saw that the clout chase was not there, they were like, if I want to go fast, I'm going to build a GT. If I want to look really cool and pretty and make 800 wheel and roll race and go 60 to 130 in the fours, sure. But the people that did that already bought them and they're tuned and they're done. So there isn't any, I want to say, reason yet. And I'm not saying we're not going to do it, but I don't think there's any reason yet to offer support for GT500s through the LRX yet. Eventually, of course, but that has to have a lot of programming help behind it. So for now, if you got the RTD, roll out with that. Alex, play the Stay Soft theme song. Diddy and me playing Guitar Hero. Bellax look good on the Fairmont. Sucks they rub. Yeah, they rub. So I am selling the Bellax on the Fairmont. The Bellax are a 15x10 with a 6.5-inch backspacing, 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern, forward bolt pattern. Mustangs, notch, and hatches don't have a half fender. The Fairmont has a half fender, meaning it's cut. So the tire can't stick out of that fender. It can on a notch slightly because it has a taller lip and it's up in the air. Mine comes down, quarter panel comes down, and I want that tire to tuck in there. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to get a 7.5-inch backspacing 15x10 or a 7-inch 15x10 because I want it to be barely, like I want to be able to stick a credit card when it's at ride height. When it launches, it's going to separate. I'm not a big deal. But when I hit a bump or I'm driving on the street or something, if it rubs, I don't want that happening. So the mini tub works, but I need to have a wheel that pushes in towards the center of the car more, which means a higher numerical backspace number from 6.5, so 7.5 on a 1510, which is what I used to have on the notch, but that went away. Theo Canelo versus Crawford. Who do you got? Canelo. He's just too big. Crawford has been hurt before. Crawford has been hurt at 140 by Gamboa. Remember Gamboa? Yoriorkis Gamboa? He fought Crawford. Yes, Crawford knocked him out. But Gamboa hurt him. Made him do the chicken leg dance. at 140. Canelo walks around at 168 and he's at fight night 175 or something. I don't think he could take a punch like that. Canelo can take a punch. Alex just did the long tube headers on my 85 Fox. Will I need a tune? My weight reduction through a code, lost communication with active growth shutter. This dude is awesome. Damn, need more like him. Alex, thank you. Appreciate that. One of the bigger one of the more common comments that show up in the Street Alpha podcast is, I wish we had a guy like this on our platform. And I'm not going to go out there and buy every single platform and become an expert at it because I can't. I don't want to become an expert on Hellcats and Trackhawks. I don't want to become an expert on BMWs. I don't want to become an expert on anything but what I want to be an expert on because I have to actually have a vested interest in it. And Ford, Coyote, I'm not a big small block Ford guy, but I know enough to get me in trouble or at least to steer you in the right direction. But and I have a GT500. So I have a wide range of knowledge for modern performance vehicles on the Ford side. I just can't get myself, wrap my head to like grab another car and start trying to become an expert at it because all I'm going to know is what you know, unless I tune it, which is what I do at Lund Racing. I used to buy extenders for my cat codes. CEL solved. Why can't people do some research for solutions to the problem rather than ask a tuner if they can fix it? Jonathan Jackson said that. Big Daddy Patty says, Alex, would installing a cutter before the cat help relieve stress on the valves for a twin turbo kit? 60 PSI? Like that convertible you did way back at VMP? Before the cat? So the reading's going to be off. Big Daddy Patty, how is the car going to know what the air-fuel ratio is if you're dumping it to atmosphere? If you're dumping it, the O2 sensor is before the cat. So you want to open up the exhaust so that the O2 sensor doesn't even measure it? And then you go, what happened? No. The other car had the dumps after the secondary O2. Alex, keep doing what you're doing. The industry and community needs more people like you, not hating on people and enjoying these cars they built. I have a Gen 2 and I love it. Not hating on people and enjoying the cars they built. I'm not saying Brett went out of his way to hate on Lund. But if you say certain words and people go, what? Excuse me? Why'd you even say that? Where'd that come from? And you know what? I at least appreciated it. Because it just kind of, in my head, I went, oh, this is what everyone thinks. I think people hold their nose and deal with Lund. I don't know why. They're the best at what they do. And maybe they knew somebody that knew somebody, or maybe they got tuned by them way back in the day, didn't have a great experience, or, you know, maybe they got tuned by their buddy, and I didn't like how Lund told me they're not going to tune dentist drilled injectors, so I'm going to go to my buddy. The buddy did a bad job tuning those. So then you go, oh, fuck Lund. And then you change platforms. And then let's say later on you build transmissions or you do porting services or you build motors or whatever. And you're like, here comes Lund. Okay, I'll take their money, but I'll hold my nose while I take their money. That's what I feel happens in the industry. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good luck today. And if you were to run that through the eraser translator, we hate that you're racing and you're catching up really fast. Fuck you, bud. Just assuming it's crossed your mind, just assuming it's crossed your mind. What would it take to Coyote swap the 1114 GT500 and still use the factory computer? Ugh, lock the cams. I really don't want to be tuned by anyone but Lund. Honestly, I would not do that. I would keep the GT500. I would change it to a Coyote computer, to be honest with you. RPMs, tunability, the strategies we can use. Because if you have an 11 to 12 computer, you can use GT500 computer. You can use two strategies. The stock one or the Ford Racing one. And on a GT500 that's 13 to 14, you can only use ARL5. So I'd rather you use a Coyote computer. Coyote is just better for everything. Is the Killer Chiller worth the price? I don't think so. A 5.0 Steve-O, there's got to be a reason why it never took off in the Ford market. And I would hate to spend $1,500 to find out why it sucks. You know what I mean? Can't fully learn new platform until you go above and beyond what the normal person would do. That's $100,000+ bill in the end. Ryan Pettit says, this is by far the most informative Coyote channel on YouTube. A lot more than that. But if you have a question on my swap, I just look up Alex's video. I always hear people complaining about the customer service at Lund Racing, talking down to them. But people don't understand the amount of brain-dead idiots you guys deal with on a... Okay. If you feel we're talking down to you, that means you have done something or said something rebutting what we ask you to do. This is my favorite. Alex sent you a log. Okay, your data log shows the O2s are not moving, so you're going to have to get them replaced. And their reply is, okay, but until I get them replaced, can we continue tuning? And then I say, no, sir, you cannot continue tuning on a car that has no O2 data. Then he says, but it runs great. Why can't you just tune it until I get the O2s? And here comes the reply that they'll screenshot and say, we're fucking homos and we talk down to them. Sir, I cannot continue to tune on a car that has no O2 data because I have no idea how it's fueling. Please get new O2s, relog with the same tune. Boom. Look at fucking Lund, man. Fuck them. I'm going to go to someone else. Goes to someone else. Hey, your O2s are bad. Okay, I'll get new ones, buddy. So that's what we get. And that's what we deal with. At least I get that at least. And some people are amazed at the number that I throw out there. Some people go, oh my God, there's no way you tune 60 cars a day. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. When the tuning file is vetted as fuck, I go boom, 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 boom. You send a data log. Now I adjust. And if no adjustments needed, log looks good. See you later. Is that it? Your car's stock, bro. What do you want me to do? Tell me what you want. Explain to me, Alejandro Flores, what you want me to do on your stock cold air intake 91 octane manual 15 GT. Tell me what you want me to do. Well, I thought you could go faster. Bama's got 87 normal, 87 race, 87 wild. Wild. How the same car, 18, 23, 24, gonna make more power. Okay. Coyote motors and 6REs are far more expensive after Lund, and others have pushed the platform so far. You're not wrong. I'm almost done installing the 2.3 Roush on my Gen 1 crank sprocket, oil pump gears, and the videos on the channel and the how-to videos on my channel, all of it. Coming soon. I'm covering everything to make it super easy for everyone. Good. The senior even drives Cobra. No. He had to redo the fuel system. Let it sit for like 2 years with E85 in the tank. Diego says I work customer service specifically in technology, and the amount of people who admit to being technology illiterate, people are just dumb everywhere. That's the other thing we talked about last time. Sales and lines, I'm waiting for support 2024. I'm not trying to derail anything, but the P51 PMAS story. Thank you so much, Slow99. Very good. I appreciate you very much for keeping me on track. Guys, if I do that, get off kilter, please dial me in. So about... I want to say a month ago or 3 weeks ago, somebody put up a video of a P51 cold air intake on what looked to be a duct taped flow bench. And they said, okay, PMAS cold air. And there's like a little glass or plastic beaker and a little ball inside of it. So they go, okay, P51 cold air test. They turn on what seems to be a vacuum cleaner. Woo! And it goes, and the ball goes up this much. Okay, now let's install the P51. Ooh, and the ball goes up higher. They go, oh, look at how flows the PMAS. What about at 1100 RPMs, 1200, 1300? Wide open throttle, transition, MAF signal, MAF turbulence. If you saw that test and said, oh my God, the P51 totally outflows the PMAS because a golf ball went up in a tube at idle frequencies. Boy, buy it. What about wide open throttle? What about MAF turbulence? What about the data? So Nick told the guy, I'll admit yours outflows mine at idle. Oh, good stuff. Nick going in on that dude was hilarious. Did you tune Cletus's F-150? I would love to see you guys collab Junior tunes that. Lund Racing officially tunes. Cletus is F-150. The Coyote is the best bang for the buck. For not everyone wants a tin can car and go fast in a straight line only. Just jumped in from Shake and Bake show on YDBT. What the hell is Shake and Bake? Yeah, bro, but they still perform well at anything but dig racing. Is the Coyote the best bang for the buck, okay? Did you get an answer for the tack weld on the Fairmont cage? Yes, it's normal. All they did was do that to cover the hole because that bar goes all the way to the subframe connector. It goes to the torque box and the subframe connector, and they basically made a shield to cover it. So if I ever want to do any work on it, so all I have to do is seam seal it or finish welding it. If it's going to be there forever, paint over it, and I should be good to go. I don't understand how people can complain about Lund customer service. I've always gotten great customer service 100% of the time. You got to understand, we're a multiplier. Just like a podcast is the multiplier for your actual thoughts, we are a multiplier to your knowledge base. I had a guy today, hey, tell me, I'm Bama tuned. I want to get tuned by you guys. I bought the LRX. No, I bought an RTD. Okay, cool. Here you go. Tune attached. Damn, the steering runs good. Log uploaded. The log was uploaded. So I went, okay. This guy's on the fucking ball. This guy's on it. Awesome. Log looks great. You have good quality fuel in your area. It's trimming within 5%. Do you have any concerns? No concerns, says the gentleman. I had it drove great, it idled great, it idled better than the Bama tune. Can you get me one of those cam lobed idle tunes? You got it, sir. Here you go. Boom. He goes, what the fuck? 2 tunes within an hour of each other. And I ordered my tune Friday night or Friday morning. I go, yeah. I'm sorry, Monday night. I go, yeah, you're good. He goes, dude, that's so awesome. And you know what? He was giving me good vibes. We were vibing. He was giving me good vibes. And I said, you want a manual mode, drag mode tune so that it auto shifts in S and it shifts harder at watt? He goes, oh my fucking God, yeah. Boom. Sent it to him. That dude must right now be like, I ordered it yesterday. I got 3 tunes and I'm finalized today. Then there's another guy somewhere that has missing O2s, fuel rail sensor not connected. Oh my Lord, that's so common on Gen 3s. And he's complaining that Lund doesn't want to tune his car because we're not seeing proper data for fuel rail pressure or O2s. We suck. That's what we deal with every day. Words mean something. Lund is silent and their name is heard at every event or racetrack in Mexico. Results speak louder than the player haters. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Is there anything different between the MT82 and the S197 and the one, the S550? Thought I remember hearing you say the S550 one was worse. Okay, S550 goes all the way to 2023. So, 15 to 17 MT82, I'm sorry, 11 to 17 MT82, same shit. 11 was a little better. But 2018 and up had the D4 MT82, different gear set, 4th is 1-1, longer gear ratios. I don't recommend it. Who's going to beat this? Let's Emery send it, says Detroit Reactions. I don't think they're going to just throw money my way for the hell of it. That's crazy talk. Watching Alex was also the reason I went to PMAS on the Boss 302. By the way, let's do it. Nick James today said this. Alex, why don't we do a giveaway today? He called me. This is why I fucks with certain people. He said, Alex, we haven't done a giveaway in a while. What do you say we give away one of these? And I'll show you them. It's pretty cool. Nick James. So you get your pick of what you get. Let me see. Here it is. So Nick James has now come out with stock replacement race-only filters. So what they are, they're basically a wire mesh. They're available for every Coyote platform, 11 through 2024. So if you have a stock cold air and you want to just throw one of these guys in there at the track only, and all this is going to do is prevent a fucking rock or a piece of paper from being sucked into your shit, but ultimate airflow. He said, Alex, give one of these away today if you want. So whoever wins a giveaway today is going to get either an 11 through 23 cold air. Remember, 11 to 14 is different than 15 and up. And then you have, 11 through 14. Then you have 18 through 23, and then you have 24 and up, and you also have one for a Cobra Jet intake situation. So he said, Alex, let's give some stuff away. So I love it. So what do you guys want to use for the trivia? And again, I'm going to always prioritize the members. If you do not, guys, do me a big favor. If you do not have a stock cold air or a Cobra Jet cold air, don't even play. I love you. Don't play, because I got to give it away to someone that's going to use it. Please, 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 please. And again, I'm going to prioritize the members. Someone said you should try it on Donnie. Don't start that. Jesus Christ. Then I got to go backwards. No. Don't stop it. Revision needed. So no kilometers, but it's a good idea to have a log taken, because sometimes we got to add a little fuel, especially at idle. If I try it on Donnie and it runs a better number, that's going to piss a lot of people. Fuck, Nick, you're going to have to send me one. I think I threw it away. Wait, I threw away the cold air. I took that cold air and I threw it in the fucking garbage. I don't like keeping... I had so many cold airs, I threw it away. It's gone. Se acabó. So good. I'm not going to try it on Donnie. Will it fit my big black cock, says Daunting Fastback. Seinfeld trivia. Stock boxes here. WWE trivia. Get out of here. WWE trivia. What trivia do you want to use? I want one on my carburetor. It's got a stock ass 15. I need that, says LeBron Face. Nice name. LeBron Face. Alex, we're all waiting for you to tell us about the DCT GT500 story. Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? DCT GT500 story? Can you give me some context? I don't know what you're talking about. Can't wait for them crank supports to come back. Exactly. Channel trivia. Oh, you're right. You're right, Kona Blue. I can use it on the one I have. Fuck, you're right. Wait, no, I can't. No. The filter. Wait, can I? Fuck, you're right. Hey, Kona Blue. You're right. I'm going to hit up Nick James and I'll have him send me one and we'll try it out. See if we can get 12 twos out of it. Boxing trivia. Oh my God. Don't start with boxing trivia. Do not do that. If it's boxing trivia, Diego, half of you are not going to get it. Okay. I got it. And it's a 2-part answer and nobody's going to get this. You really want to fuck with boxing trivia? This is so trivial. This is so specific that if you know this, you pay an insane amount of attention. So I'm going to look up the answer. Okay. Now I'm not going to look. Okay. So this is about Roy Jones Jr. If you're a Roy Jones Jr. fan, and if you don't know who Roy Jones Jr. is, sit down, you son of a bitch, and let me tell you a story. This son of a bitch was meant to box. 90s. Nobody could touch Roy Jones Jr. Period. Okay? And at 168, he was unbeatable. Got knocked out by Antonio Tarver after going to heavyweight, came back down. It's his own fault. Roy Jones Jr., when he lost in the Olympics to Park Si-hoon, he cried after the fight. How did he cry? He put his hand in the towel and he was like, oh, like you could tell he was visibly shaken because he got robbed of a gold medal. When he turned pro, he also cried at the end of a fight that he won. Who was the opponent? Go. Ain't no way you motherfuckers know. Ain't no way you motherfuckers know this. Again, I'm going to prioritize the members. So I'm going to put this up here and see who did he fight. And after the fight, because he had won, he cried. Someone says support. Thank you very much. Dixon, $20. The guy said he was robbed. Coked out Tyson is the scariest boxer ever. Walked out on his own intro music. Alex has tried Coke Zero Sugar because you said it's good and it tasted like shit. Nope. No. Boxes trivia. Come on. No way you guys are going to know. He cried when he beat up a boxer so bad that he thought he had hurt him. And he's like, he just, you know, he was a little shooken it up by that. No. He won the second fight. He won this fight. Someone said, don't pick me. James Toney, Antonio Graver, Hands of Steen, Oscar De La Hoya, his coach, James Toney. Nope. Boy, you guys don't know this one. There's no way. Whoever knows this one is, nope. He won a professional fight and he cried about it at the end. And I'll show you why I know this. I'm going to show you the evidence. Oh, Toxic 03. My man. Good for you. Toxic 03. Vinny Pazienza. So Roy Jones he was at middleweight and he fought Vinny Pazienza, who had broken his neck and made a comeback to boxing. And Roy Jones beat him up so bad and he begged the referee to stop the fucking fight. He said, all right, bro, you got to stop this. I'm going to kill dude. He broke his neck and now I'm going to kill him. And the way he knocked him out was scary. And you could see after the fight, I'll Google it. Roy Jones Jr. had his hand in the towel, and he hugged Vinny, bro, you good? Roy Jones versus Pazienza. Dude, it was so. I'm gonna look up the part where he put his hand in the towel. Let me see. No. I want to see the whole fight.
Ray Mercer having less than.
Here we go. Okay, so
58 seconds of round number 6. The winner by knockout victory.
Okay, let me go back. I gotta find it because he buries his face in the towel a certain way.
Marby.
There it is, right there. So he's visibly shaken because he pretty much almost killed the dude. Okay, so there we go. So he's obviously Roy Jones on the left.
The first time since he was stopped by Abi Marby back in December 1980.
Right there. That right there, he lost it. And when you go back to the Olympic trial that he lost, he had the exact same reaction. Because he literally thought he killed this dude. And if you don't know why, the end of the fight, he told bro, you got to stop this fight. And he is killing the dude, right?
Three knockdown rule is not in effect. We're on the IBF rules.
He's like, I'm good. He had knocked him down 3 times already. And watch when Roy Jones approaches him. He puts his arms out and goes, all right. And guys, this part might be copyrighted, so you'll see it live.
Tony Orlando letting it go if he goes down a third.
See, look. He's like, all right, I'm going to fuck you up. All right.
10 seconds to go, round number 6. Jones says, come on, Vinny, let's call it a day. That's going to be it. I think Tony.
And he thought he killed him. He's like, this guy had broken his neck, came back to boxing, and I'm here killing the dude. So, Toxic 03, hit me up, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. You will win that filter, whether you want it or not. So yeah, there you go. Sorry, I love boxing. Boxing is I am way more knowledgeable about boxing than Mustangs. So don't get me started on that shit. Probably looked it up. Who cares if he looked it up? He got it though. How come you guys didn't look it up? I had my 13 GT tuned back in October from you guys. It's been 7 months. Will I need to pay another $500? No. I think I'd like a Camel Title tune to try. Hoodie. Let's dispel another myth here, okay? When you buy a tune from Lund Racing, that's the only time you're going to buy the initial tune price. Everything else is upcharges or subscription extensions. So let's say you bought a Coyote swap tune and it costs you $500. Cool. We get it tuned. The car's done. You wait 6 months, 7 months. And then you're like, oh shit, I want to try a different cold air. Now you have to pay $150 to extend your revision window. We had dialed you in over the first 6 months that you had that car. We dialed in whatever you wanted us to dial in within reason. Then you let it lapse. You enjoy the car all summer. You come back out. You're like, okay, I want a JLT cold air, which I don't know why you would do that. And then we're like, okay, it'll be $150 to extend your revision window. Oh, it's like a subscription service. You don't have to pay every 6 months per se. But if you let it lapse, the next time you want a revision, it's $150 for us to review, make a tune, log, continuing support for 6 more months. I wish it was a lifetime thing for $1,000 or more, but I don't think that's a good look. Toxic said, let someone else have it, brother. Okay, guys. Toxic 03 wants to give up the filter. I have no use for it. 03 Cobra here. Oh, get out of here. Okay, so did anyone else come in below you? Hey, yo. Toxic 03, support. Let me see if anyone else said it. Tyson, Bobby Gunn, Ricky Randall, George, Drizzy. Google is why everyone look can be touched. His own wife, the bear. The bear! Oh, I was born. I thought he said the bear. Who out there has a stock ass? Okay, Vinny Pazienza. Chase Phillips. That's funny. Kona Blue, what year car you have? Do you have a stock? Kona Blue, okay, did you win before? And be honest, if you won before, I want to give something away. All you'll have to do is hit up Nick James. Dick James said top it off. Rich 50 said you'll take it. And Kona Blue was the first one that asked. Someone else said Vinny Pazienza, but I think he was being funny. I think the guy asking about the DCT might have been confused when his phone changed DCT to SCT on the peasant chat, and you said there was a story. I can't talk about that. No, not yet. Nope. Not yet. Yeah. Toxic 03, since you won, I'll let you pick. Because I don't want to be the guy that gives up. Whoever you think should get it, let me know. Then they can email me. Then I'll give them your info. Oh my God, I have to do 15 things just to get you a fucking filter. Toxic 03, pick somebody randomly. Preferably a subscriber or a member. Toxic 03, you're on the clock. Mikey Buck says, give it to Turvey. He can make it work. Alex, give it to me. I'm probably the only person that's still running a stock intake, says Nitrous and Bias Ply. I got a stock S11 GT, says Emmanuel Martinez. I'll take it. Tip, boxing isn't dead. MMA just grew popularity. Okay. Stock Mach 1, says Allie. Allie. Man, the problem is she probably got a man. I just, when I see a girl, I'm like, just give me your number. Forget the intake. Laugh Mass on VMP Flex Fuel Tune is fucking hilarious. What? What is happening? Kona 100% has not won this year. Okay, but where's Toxic? Fuck me. VMP Flex Tune says, I'll trade you some Flex Tunes. VMP has Flex Tunes? Please, stop it. No way. I can really use it. Toxic says Joey G. Mendoza's. I will buy 2023 Mach and put it on it. Detroit React says if they don't need it, pick another. Okay, fine, fuck it. Yeah, I'm not going to pick a girl because then... Okay, Toxic said Tyler H gets it. So Tyler H gets it. Toxic 03 says, Tyler H, I'll diddy you if you don't pick me, says... And Tyler H got it. So Tyler H, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Verify who you are. Once I know who you are, I will send your email and info to Nick James. Nick James will then get your info, get you an intake because we don't know what year vehicle you have, so you have to tell us which vehicle you have. Tyler H, hit us up. Hey, Alex, what's the size of the intercooler on the Fairmont? It is fucking big. Boy, it's huge. It's because Jake told me to get that. I'm like, okay. And 1325 was like, this thing's fucking huge. And I'm like, make it fit. I don't know. I'm just the guy paying $28,000 for a cage. And I'm having so much trouble painting. Guys, painting the tubs with a brush, fuck that. Fuck brush paint. Fuck rolling paint on. No way am I going to do that. It looks awful and it is ridiculously messy. So I'm going to hammer paint the bottom of the car, spray paint. It actually looks really good. The hammered finish, you just have to put many coats so it looks good. I will do that on the tubs. And then if I do brush anything, will be inside the car facing down. This shit, while I'm on my ass and it's dripping all over my legs, no thank you. Any relations to Mike H, says Anthony. Stock Gen 3 going on an SN95. When will 2024 F-150 be able to be tuned? Andrew Jackson, I suspect, boy, I don't know. The problem is, and yes, they do Detroit reactions. Yes. The stock cold air intakes, I think they make aftermarket filters for it, and I think Nick James has filters for it. He does have filters for 24, so if they're the same diameter, he could just use that. On the 24 Mustang front, I really don't think it's going to be tunable anytime soon. But look, bear with me. This show is absolutely not influential, right? Let's have a real conversation here. Do you think the amount of stink I'm making is probably putting pressure on other people to make it tunable? I'm not trying to make my head any bigger than it already is because it's fucking big. Tyler H, hit me up, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Verify who you are. I don't care if you got to send me a picture of your license or whatever. Verify who you are. Once I know you're you, I will send that information to Nick James. Nick James will get his people and get you a filter. So imagine nobody's talking about it. Nobody's putting up a stink. No one's saying anything. And I'm on this show going, fuck you. Buy a 23 and under. Fuck Ford. Farley has a wig. Eat my nuts. And then they're like, fuck, he's making a stink. What should we do? I don't know. Well, Whipple's going to come up with something. Not everyone wants a Whipple. Not everyone wants a Whipple. Right? And the people Whipple fucks with are sus. Let's be honest. They're sus. Right? You're putting octane booster in this. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to go, okay, I need to do something here. Do we open it up? Now, people have seen that over-the-air updates are reverting the tunes back to stock. There is a way of shutting off over-the-air updates in your display, in your sync display. But understand this, if you do that, that's probably going to disable a lot of the apps you think are cool. A lot of the apps you think are awesome. Oh, look, I can start my car from my phone. Vroom. I can rev it. Vroom. Cool. Most of those will probably be disabled because this car has some kind of Wi-Fi GPS crazy thing enabled to be able for it to download updates and have access to the sync apps that you have. And if you shut that off, well, so now let's say you have a 21 and up F-150. You got it tuned by Lund or whoever your favorite tuner is. And then you have over-the-air updates still available. And all of a sudden, you got a Whipple on it and it reverts back to stock. And you cannot turn it on until your tuner gets a hold of you. Bro, fuck all that. I almost had you said your interview with Cooper is one of the highest viewed ones. Let's go. Let's pump my tires a little bit here. So, Cooper Baggedy. And again, out of all his camp, I'm the only one that's an outsider. Meaning, is there a podcast? Oh, is it Baggedy Studios? Here you go, Baggedy Studios. Oh my God, Baggedy Studios. Aaron Miller. I don't know who Aaron Miller is, man. like half of the people out there, oh, who is that? So let's see. Why is it in this fucking format? What? Baggedy Studio. Why is it in this stupid format? There we go. Okay. For you, Cooper Baggedy Podcast by Baggedy Studio. So let's go back to the beginning because it was early on. Baggedy Bunch. What? Popular videos. Here we go. Okay, look. So Sam, Mr. Polisher himself, $395. Cletus, $367. Cletus again, $330. Cletus again, $293. And some absolute nobody when he was fat, because I was fat here. I look good now. Oh, look at this big doughy motherfucker. My arms are popping. I'm sitting down, my gut's sticking out. But 202,000 views in a year. And you know what? This is because I have something most don't. I have the self-awareness to know what to bring to a podcast. And I told them, dude, we're going to be here for like 3 hours because I can talk. So if you don't have that in you, don't start a podcast. Don't start an interview series if you don't have the gift of gab. If you think you're interesting because you're in the industry and you tune or you have a suspension company that the way you operate is you buy an already existing thing, slap your sticker on it, and put apple juice in it and as a oil, and then you call it something else, and then you think that people are going to find you interesting. Stop. If you haven't established yourself being interesting talking, don't go on these podcasts. You are dull as shit. Yeah, I was thick boy back then. I was stocky. I'm old enough to remember that there was a pant size called Husky. Do you remember you go to Kmart with your dad and it's like, boys Husky. And I'm like, It said Husky on the pant, like on the back. It said Husky. Starkey's wife's boyfriend says, I'm pissing fire. What does that mean? Oh, fuck. Sarky's wife's boyfriend, you might want to get a test. You're right below Cletus for what it's worth. I can't use it. I'm running a cone filter on a V3. You were hot, bro. You were just bulking. I was bulking. Believe it or not, I was bulking for like 40 years. Can you tune the 6.8 liter Mustang? Nope. Alex, the interview with Senior is still in the works? Yeah, dude, time. I have no time. Tony Bolton is definitely running the one thick Alex in his free time, rubbing one out to thick Alex a lot. You just have to buy the PCM adapter, kilo, thick bone, haha shit, had the stretchy waist. Yeah, I did have a stretchy waist. But it looked like a scrunchie, like a hair scrunchie. If you're old, your pants, waist look like a hair scrunchie. If you had husky pants. I had husky pair. You shut your mouth, says BJ Crafasi. Alex, look up this stuff called Streelit for your cage. Streelit. Okay. The fuck is this? Oh, what? Community of Life magazines, urban to TikTok, street lit. You said street lit? Where is it? Here it is. Look up steal it. Oh, I typed it wrong. Steal it. Okay, steal it coatings. Ooh, what is this? Oh, what the fuck is this? What? Well, can I see a picture of how it fucking looks on the cage? Fuck me. Images. I don't like it. Wipe it down. Whoa. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wow, I love that texture, dude. God damn it, but it's black. I'm gonna have to do it black. Fuck me. God damn it. I want to do it that fucking color of the car, bro. Steal it. Okay, I'll look into that shit. God damn it. Now I got it. I'm gonna be up on game on so many coatings. I have like 40 already in the garage. Got me in tears today. Fuck, says Hector Vasquez. About what? I'm Jordash Jeans. My wife has more public between her legs than Drake and Kendrick in their beef. VIP Flex Tunes shouting it out. Oh my lord. No need to remove if you need to weld something to it. Interview him during GT500 rebuild. Great time to take his mind off things. English hard for Alex today. Exactly. Alex, did you ever hear back from Chris Miller for an interview? Not a damn thing, so I'm good. Damn, that looks like a Grey Goose wrap. Exactly. Looks BMR-ish. Exactly. Looks good, and you can weld on it if need to be. Oh, you know what? But it's just gonna be another fucking black cage. I want it to look like the color of the bottom beige shit of the Fairmont. Alex, what's wrong with blacks? Here we go. Oh, fuck me. Is the Gen 4X coming this summer or just a Gen 3? No fucking idea. Saw the title. Here we go. VHC chassis and roll bar paint is actually better than Steal It. Saw a comparison video. YouTube it if needed. Everyone swears buy it. Steal it, though. VHT chassis. Alex, you remember the corduroy pants? Almost started fire when you ran. Yes, it sounded like you're zipping and unzipping as you're walking through the hallway. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Today, we talked about Brett LaSala going on the Go Soft podcast and certain words that he used and certain things he used, certain the way he put the words together made you think that there's a, I don't know, not so friendly atmosphere happening there. Again, that's my interpretation because nothing you said was overly positive. And if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything at all. Say, yeah, their car's fast. Move on. Right? So the boxes comment was funny. The 6R80 case comment was funny. And I was like, interesting. So, and the fact that Junior, who is quiet and just pretty passive, addressed it on his personal Facebook page, tells you that if it bothered him, I'm on the right track if it bothered me. And then we talked about everything else that's going on. We talked about Whipple getting their, panties in a bunch because two dynos are running the same kind of numbers, but the third one that's independent seems to be running a little lower. Then like, stage 1, 5th gear, one said the 6th gear, 7th gear, 1-2-1, blah, 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 blah. So it's a very interesting thing that this show that has zero influence is out there causing waves. with companies. So we'll see if the 24 becomes tunable because we're out there talking all that shit. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday for YDBT Daily. We'll see what happens between now and then. Talk some shit, hang out. We'll see if I can get you more content on the Fairmont. I'll show you about I'll try to get a video because I believe that my GT500 wheels might fit the offset better than my current Bellac. So I might do a little comparison video tomorrow if I have time. If not, I'll get you that video over the weekend sometime. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Thursday. See you later. Bye.